Hello. Welcome to the ButHerFly Boudoir. I am Madame ButHerFly, and this is Talk That Talk, where we talk about what's going on social media. Justin Bieber. Okay, listen. I have not listened to Justin in a few years. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm not even gonna front, okay? Like, when Justin first came out, I was a believer, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was rocking with Justin, I was with everybody else, baby, oh, I was with all of that. But, I'm older than Justin, so, I kind of waned off on, listening to him, but I did come back to Justin, okay, because I think it was 2013 he came out with his album Journals. Listen, Justin put aside that pop sound that he started with and came over to R&B when he did that Journals album. When I tell you, that album was fire. Like, he had R. Kelly on there, he had Wayne, he had Chance the Rapper. Like, that album was fire. Like, he really did tap in to his R&B side. Like, he just had the swag. I was like, okay, Justin. Like, he just had that white boy swag. Like, you could tell when white boy been hanging around a lot of black boys. It's like, he just picked up the swag, and he tatted up, and I was like, okay. Like, I was rocking with it. I don't know, it's just something about boys named Justin. Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake. I don't know, they both got the swag. But anyway, Journals. If you ain't heard it, go look it up. If it's been a while, go look it up. Listen, because when I tell you, I was jamming right before this video. But listen, so Justin recently put out a YouTube original documentary called Next Chapter, okay? So this documentary talks about his life from basically a kid to where he is now. He's 26 years old, and the documentary was about 25 minutes. It was under 30 minutes, and you really get to learn a lot about him within these 25 minutes. So it opens up saying how Justin was set to go on tour in 2020, and he had to cancel the tour due to the pandemic. And so because of that, he decided to do this documentary, have the cameras rolling in his daily life, just to kind of give back. So he started off talking about his wifey, Haley, right? And they were saying how, during the pandemic, the quarantine, at the very beginning, like in March, when this first started, we were on lockdown. We couldn't go anywhere. You were stuck in the house. And so he was saying how him and Haley got closer because of quarantine. When you are with somebody 24/7, you will either go stir crazy or you will either get closer. And they got closer. They discovered more about each other. They were learning more about each other. I believe they're 2 years into their marriage. So they really discovered more about each other and things about each other they didn't know or didn't realize. And it just helped them grow in their relationship, in their marriage. And they also brought on Justin's pastor, who has also been helping their relationship and helping Justin, in his personal life. Now, pause. Now, when the pastor came on, I immediately thought about the YouTuber Tasha K. Now, I don't know if y'all know about Tasha K. Her channel is called Unwind with Tasha K. And she did a story on Justin's pastor and how he was having extramarital curricular activities. Okay, so he was having extramarital affairs, if you will, on his wifey. Now, that ain't none of my business, but it just caught me off guard. Like, ooh, is that the pastor? The one who was cheating on his wife several times? But you giving marital advice? Listen, one to judge. You know, some people might say, you know, there's people out there who can give advice, but you know, they don't really follow it themselves, but they can give good advice to other people. That might be the case. I don't know, but I'm like, not the pastor. But then I had to go back and look at Tasha K's video. Now, I don't know if this is the same pastor, because I think she said a different name in her video. And I think the pastor in Justin's video, I forgot the name of the pastor in Justin's video, but I think it was a different pastor. I don't think it was the same pastor, but if it was, that is my business. Let's get back to Justin. I just had to put a little pause on that right there. Because when the pastor came in, that just threw me off. I was like, wait a minute. So they're speaking on how the quarantine brought Justin and Haley closer together. Then they showed us footage of their wedding day and how they had this big wedding party at their house with friends and family, and you know, just a good time, right? So that was good to see. So then we see him on the basketball court with his friends. Now listen, Justin, he got some skill on the basketball court. You know, he got a good, 3-point shot. I was like, okay, look at Justin over here with the shots. Listen, I ain't say he was Steph Curry with the shots now, but you know, he was hitting them. So we saw that. We saw Chance the Rapper stop through. Okay, Chance and Justin have a song called Holy, and they were getting ready to perform that on Saturday Night Live. So we got to see a little bit of rehearsal, and we got to really see the genuine friendship between Justin and Chance. We seen them riding bikes, and they were just sitting in the grass and just having a conversation on life and how, you know, they're getting older and wiser and just becoming better people. And so it was good to see that they have a good friendship, a genuine bond. It was nice. So then we see Justin and I guess members of his team. They're watching his video that he made called Lonely. Okay, now Lonely, it was a deep song and deep video. Now the video starts off with Justin as the 15-year-old Justin. Like when he first came out, little boy, puberty ain't hit yet. And he was talking about how, you know, when he first started, people would say he looked like a girl because of the way he wore his hair. He sounded like a girl, you know, and how he just felt lonely. You know, he could be in a room full of people and he just felt alone. And, you know, that's common with people in the industry, in the entertainment industry, especially a kid in the entertainment industry, because you're not around your normal peers. You know, you're not around other kids your age. You're around adults and managers and producers and accountants. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't the normal 15-year-old. The normal 15-year-old is going to school, going to basketball practice, baseball practice, playing video games with his friends, you know, sleepovers, whatever, you know. But Justin, this 15-year-old, he's going to studio sessions, dance rehearsals, interviews, talk shows, performances. You know, he's doing stuff that a normal 15-year-old would do, you know. And being an entertainer, a celebrity in the public eye, you're gonna have the media talking about you. You're gonna have the media writing articles on you. And being a kid in the industry, that can be hard, you know, because the media, they don't care how old you are. They're gonna go in on you, okay? And if you don't have thick skin, tough skin, it's gonna get to you. And even if you do have thick skin, it's still gonna get to you. And you know, that can be hard on a child. That can be very hard. And so the song just talks about how he felt lonely and felt alone, you know, and it was just, I just felt it, you know what I'm saying? I just felt it, you know, even though I'm not in the industry, but I can imagine, you know, I can imagine being a kid in the industry and you just feel alone. You know what I'm saying? And going through the scrutiny of what the media says and social media and fans, and you know, just it can be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt that. And he talked about how he often felt suicidal. That's another big thing with the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? When you're lonely, what do they say? That's the devil's playground. You know what I'm saying? That gives room for bad thoughts to come into your mind, and that's what happened with him. But luckily, he had people around him to get him out of that space. Because I do remember a time when Justin was, now I don't want to say he was on that lean, or you know, he was on extracurricular activities, but it looked like, you know, there was a time when Justin was turned all the time. You know what I'm saying? Justin was partying and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, he was a kid, and you know, the teenage years and all that. Basically, he grew up in the industry, you know, and you go through that phase when you're a teenager. That it just is what it is. But luckily, he was able to get to a better mind space, a better mindset, and you know, he's had the same people around him since he was 15, since he started in the industry. He said he's got the same people by his side, on his team. So that's good, that's great. I'm glad for him, okay? Then we see an artist by the name of Eddie Benjamin. He's another artist, and you know, I don't know if he was looking for a mentor, or just, you know, looking for guidance, you know, and that was Justin. That was Justin for him. You know, Justin said he didn't have that when he was starting out in the industry, so he wanted to be that for someone else, and Eddie Benjamin was that someone else. And they were singing, and you know, he was playing his guitar, and they were singing together, and they were sounding beautifully. Their voices just blended very well together, and that was just a dope moment. You know, you could feel the energy, and it was just all positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? So I checked out Eddie Benjamin, and he's got a very beautiful voice. Like, he's a dope artist. And now that he's been in this Justin Bieber documentary, I'm quite sure his star power is going to rise. So shout out to Eddie Benjamin for getting your cameo. But listen, so I believe that was basically it in the documentary. We just got to see him, you know, around his family and his friends, you know. And I liked how he ended it. They showed him writing, and he ended it with saying, "Love, adult Justin." So basically, that's just saying how he grew up through the years, over the years in the industry, and now he's at a point in his life where he feels like he's in the best space ever. You know what I'm saying? He's grown so much. He's gotten God in his life. He has a pastor that he calls his brother, and you know, is just always there to help him and guide him through everything. So now, you know, he's in a better space. And so I like how he signed that, "Love, adult Justin." So it was dope. It was dope. So, you know, like I said, I hadn't really been following Justin for quite some time now, but it was nice to see this documentary about him. It was really nice. I like to see him in his element, and it's good when you get to see celebrities, you know, just in a documentary. You know what I'm saying? You get to see the real them, and not, you know, all done up all the time and just perfect. You know, you get to see their flaws and whatnot, and you get to really understand how they're feeling, what they go through on a day-to-day basis, you know. So this was really good. This was really nice for his fans. Since his tour was canceled, he wanted to give back to them. So this was really nice. I really like this. If you have not seen Next Chapter, the YouTube original documentary on Justin Bieber, I suggest you go and watch it. It's a really great watch. It's under 30 minutes. It's about 25 minutes and some change. So I think you could put some time aside to watch it. You in quarantine, what you gonna do? But definitely go check that out. All right. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like to leave a comment, please feel free to do so down below. Let me know what you thought about this documentary. Are y'all still a believer after all these years? And if you are not a fly girl yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. You guys can also follow me and add me on Instagram and Snapchat at Madame ButHerFly. All right, guys. guys, until the next time, please remember, stay focused, stay laughing, stay yourself, stay fly.